Practice your English. We're here again with another video for you. Aquí estamos otra vez. Practica tu inglés con otro cartoon que es muy chistoso y tiene vocabulario muy sencillo. Miren el cartoon para que lo sigan. Mira, Carlos está en una academia de baile y la profesora le está enseñando a bailar y ella ha trazado, tienen en la escuela huellas que Carlos se supone que tiene que seguir para que pueda aprender a bailar. En el segundo cuadro, ella le está enseñando a bailar, pero Carlos se ve muy preocupado porque piensa que él no puede. En el tercer cuadro, él está aturdido, no puede conseguir su equilibrio, pierde su equilibrio, parece que se fuera a caer, parece borracho. Está allá en la calle. Y en el cuarto cuadro lo ve un policía y dice, otro borracho en la calle, algo así. Al policía no le agrada mucho ver borrachos en la calle. Bueno, ahora lo vamos a oír con la inteligencia artificial para que nos ayude a descifrar el video en inglés. Okay. What's going on in the first picture of this cartoon?
A woman is showing the man some dance steps inside a dancing club with numbers on the floor to help him follow along.
Who's the woman teaching how to dance?
The comic doesn't mention her name, so her specific identity remains unknown.
Okay. Where is the woman teaching Carlos?
She is teaching him inside a dancing club.
What's drawn on the floor?
There are numbers on the floor to show him where to step.
Why are the steps drawn on the floor?
The numbers are there to guide him, showing him exactly where to place his feet in the correct sequence so he can learn the dance steps.
Does Carlos look worried and confused?
Yes, he has a confused expression and holds his head as he tries to follow the steps.
And when the class is over and Carlos leaves the club, is his head still spinning?
Yes, he's shown walking down the street with stars and spiral lines around his head, indicating he is still dizzy from the dance.
When the police officer sees him, does he think he's drunk?
Yes, the police officer wonders if he is another drunk person because of how Carlos is walking.
Can Carlos walk straight after the dance lesson?
No, he walks unsteadily because he is dizzy from the dance steps.
Okay. By the way, do you say dancing lesson or dance lesson?
Both are correct and commonly used, though dance lesson is slightly more common in modern usage.
Very good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Now listen very slowly. Listen to another AI. And she's going to describe the cartoon more slowly so that you can hear the pronunciation even clearly.
This comic strip has 4 pictures. It tells a funny short story about a man learning to dance. Picture 1. A woman is teaching a man named Carlos how to dance inside a dancing club. There are numbers on the floor to help him step in the right order. Carlos looks confused and worried. Picture 2. They are holding hands and dancing. The woman tells Carlos to follow her steps. Left, right, left, right. Picture 3. Carlos leaves the club. His head is spinning with little stars around it because he is dizzy from trying to follow the hard dance steps. Picture 4. Carlos walks on the street, still looking dizzy. A police officer sees him and thinks, Hmm, another drunk? The officer thinks Carlos cannot walk straight because he drank too much, but it is actually because of the dancing. Questions and answers for students. 1. Where are the man and woman in the first picture? Answer: they are in a dancing club. 2. What is on the floor to help Carlos? Answer: there are numbers on the floor to show him where to step. 3. Why does Carlos look dizzy with stars around his head in the third picture? Answer: he is dizzy because the dancing steps were very hard to follow. 4. What does the police officer think is wrong with Carlos in the last picture? Answer: the police officer thinks Carlos is drunk.
Very good. Okay, so remember to memorize all of these questions, and remember to memorize them the way they should be memorized. I mean, in the right sequence, in the right pattern, with the right pronunciation, and forget about your Spanish patterns. Remember, they don't exist anymore. When you speak a language, you should learn everything by memory. Um, for example, you say, what's going on? They usually say that very often. What's going on in the first picture? Who is the woman teaching Carlos how to dance? All right? They're holding hands in the second picture. They're holding hands. Se sostienen de las manos. ¿Ves? Tienes que decir, they're holding hands. And in the third picture, he's dizzy. Está como borracho. He can't walk steadily. No puede caminar bien. He can't walk straight. También se puede decir. The policeman thinks Carlos is drunk because he can't walk straight. See that? Use those words exactly as you see them, as you heard them from the AI. Forget about your language. See, if you keep at it, you'll end up speaking like Americans, like a native speaker. Not exactly, but that's one way to do it. Uh, Remember to watch this cartoon several times, over and over, and go through through all the cartoons that I've made, because there are always new words for you to learn. Recuerde, tienes que mirar los cartoons que ya he hecho para que aprendas los múltiples modismos y cómo decirlos bien en inglés y a qué corresponden en español. Repasa uno a uno hasta que los puedas decir de una forma corriente. Primero muy despacio. Usa solamente las palabras y las frases que oyes o que ves ahí en el cartoon. No digas algo medio inventado en tu lengua. Todos caen en esa trampa. No, recuerda, las lenguas ya están inventadas por los nativos. ¿Ves? En español, tú no inventas nada. Cuando los americanos vienen acá, ellos inventan todo y no se les entiende o se oyen muy raro. También en inglés. Cuando tú dices cosas que no existen en inglés, ellos no entienden bien y se oyen raro. Entonces la mejor manera es memorizar. Y el cartoon es la mejor ayuda porque tú ves cuadro por cuadro, tú ves cada uno. Por ejemplo, they're holding hands. Ellos están sosteniendo de las manos. She's teaching him how to dance. ¿Ves? La pronunciación y how to dance. Y le está enseñando a ella cómo bailar. Es una manera en que ellos lo dicen. Entonces tú aprende eso y verás cómo progresas. Aléjate de tu lengua y mira los cartoons muchas veces. Recuerda que ahí mismo yo tengo muchos cartoons que te ofrecen una variedad tremenda de vocabulario. Y domina frase por frase, no importa cuánto tiempo te lleve, porque eso es lo que yo hice allá. Yo oía siempre lo mismo. Un cartoon, en un cartoon, tú oyes cuando lo repites y lo repites y lo memorizas. Tú haces la misma función. Estás haciendo lo mismo. Estás oyendo a la IA. Estás pronunciando lo mismo que ella. Estás memorizando. Yo memoricé porque los oía a ellos. Tú no, tú estás en otro país o en los Estados Unidos y aprendes con esto más rápido. Dale un like, que eso me anima a conseguir más videos y hacer mi tarea. Gracias por su atención. Hasta luego.